What's up, guys? Welcome to Bet the Day for May 24th. Hope everyone's doing well and hope everyone is ready to make some money. My name is Tanner Kern, the betting guy here at Bet the Day, host of Bet the Day. Hope everyone is doing well. The comments are rolling in. They're asking me, why am I wearing the Orioles jersey? Well, you know why I'm wearing the Orioles jersey, because they beat the New York Yankees yesterday. Got to love that. So, yeah, I figured, pay tribute to the New York Yankees because I love them so much. I would wear the jersey that they're the team that beat them yesterday. So, why not? Orioles jersey, gotta love it. I was gonna wear a Red Sox jersey. Figure I switch it up a little bit. They were off yesterday. Hopefully they can get a win today. I was gonna bet them, but I'm gonna stay away from them. I think they have good value at plus 144 today. But it's gonna be a very, very tough task going through Dylan Cease. Who's on the back? Trey Mancini's on the back of this one. So I'm a big Mancini fan. I fell in love with that storyline, the cancer storyline. When he came back and all that. I was really into it. I was a big Mancini fan, and just seeing him battle there, I figure I get his jersey and. Yeah, now it comes in handy, though, because every time they beat the Yankees, I'll wear it. So got the comments rolling in. Everett bet Orioles money line. There you go, Everett. The Yankees. What's up, Buttercup? The Fluffy King. How we doing? Am I a Buttercup? Buttercup went 6-0 yesterday. Got to love that. True. Great. That was great. Yes, it was great. Any advice on how to learn the game and players? What game we talking about? Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. I mean, really, I just look at stats, consume as much information as you can, watch as much as you can. For me, it's like it never stops. I'll do content all day and then I'll watch games all night. I'm up till midnight watching games just because that's what I love to do, first of all. But, you do learn. You see how teams play and, you can, especially when they're, we're in playoffs right now for NHL and NBA, when you only got a couple of games going on, you can really say, okay, I'm watching this game and I know how they're going to come out the next time they play, right? Because when there's 16 games on a slate, it's hard to watch everything and know what's going on with everything, but just got to consume yourself as much as you can. Does the Flames start Markstrom? I don't know. I really don't know. I think they will, honestly. They might have a quick trigger to pull him. He's been really bad in this series. That's why we're going to go with the Oilers. Tennis locks. I don't have any tennis locks. Average score 5. I bet the over of 10. Bro, I hit yesterday. Thank you. There we go. Goals over dumb shit. Love that. Love that. Heat plus 10.5 was not the move yesterday. So I told you Celtics 15.5. There you go, J Mill. Warriors sweep. I think so, guys. I think so. Miami, everyone who came on here and said, hey, Miami and 5. I mean, you guys are just not smart. That's what it comes down to. Did you go 6-0 yesterday? Tailed your NBA and MLB picks. Yes, I did go 6-0 yesterday. We had a great, great day. Aerox, how we doing? Redbirds. Good morning. Should have took your stuff yesterday. I went 2 and 3, rolled with you. It's all right. Hey, Redbirds, you win a lot. Come on now. You're good. But hey, welcome to the show, Redbirds. We love having you, man. You're an OG. John Brondo coming on here. Yo, Tanner, I came on here yesterday and said I want to be the next guy to make $3,000 off your stuff. I turned $10 into $400. Should have won another $900, but I missed one. I missed on one added play of mine. There we go. Let's effing go. Love that, John. And then Alex came in here the day the guy asked if we were working for the bookies. He went 6-0. Shame he didn't tail the picks. Someone called me a fade god yesterday. Like, if you fade me, you would have went 0-6. Listen, guys, the odds of me going 6-0 again, slim, they're slim. It's sports betting, but I'm not saying it's not possible. Like, John, when you came on here, that wasn't too long ago. It was that a few days ago when we went 6-7-0. We've had a couple undefeated days in the past 2 weeks. So, I'll take that. We've had some bad days. We've had some bad days, but we've had some good days. That's sports betting, guys. It's up and down, though. We look at the matchups. We see what we can do. See if we can win some money. Comments are just rolling in. Last week, I think. Yeah, so we had an undefeated day last week. We had an undefeated day this week. So, peace, Tanner. Hit the like button. If you hate Tanner, just keep moving. No need for hate. Love that. John Brondo, opposite of a fade god. Love that. Alex, you went 7-0 not that long ago. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Now I play all my bets as straights usually. I got to get into doing the, the parlays for like, 50, $100 on my picks. But it's like, you just got to pick and choose your spots. It's not something you can do every day. And there are people that do it every day and they cash out. We had a ticket in our Discord last night, $270 risk to win 7.7K last night. That was big. We had a couple $50 to win 2,000. We had $50 to win 2,700. So a lot of really successful people in the Discord last night. So it was good to see, really good to see. But before we get into the show, guys, we're going to break down the Celtics and the Heat first, obviously. Before we get into the show, guys, make sure you smash that like button on TikTok, smash it on YouTube, subscribe, do it all. We have merch, we have TikToks, all that's linked in the description below. We were out at TD Garden last night asking people questions, asking people if Jason Tatum was going to go over 27 points. He did. He is that guy. If you just didn't know that, Jason Tatum's a bad man. So we were doing that. So go check out that content. And then also we have merch, guys. Team Parlay Sports, Bet the Day merch, all that. And then finally, what's my last announcement here? Oh yeah, Discord, guys. Get in the Discord. We got like 1,200 members in there now. That's where you see all these big tickets the ones I post. That's where you see, my picks for the day, everyone's picks for the day. Like there's so many great sports bettors in there. Just giving picks for free, stuff they do on the side. So make sure you get in the Discord. Link is in the bio, guys. Best of luck today, boys. Hit the books. Jimmy Buckets was not good at all. Jimmy Buckets was not good at all. And you know what? The whole Heat starting lineup was not good. We went out, we did content, and then we went out to a bar and watched the game. And I kept looking up at the TV and I'm like, they have 1 point right now. They have 1 point. We're 6 minutes into this game. They have 1 point. Like it was insane. And I did a TikTok at I said like under bettors have already died. And it was when they had 4 points with 2:56 on the clock left in the first quarter. That's crazy. I do have Warriors today. Yes, I have Warriors. So let's talk Celtics Heat because I really do want to spend some time making fun of the Heat right now and making fun of people that were saying the Heat in 5. Guys, the Heat are not better than the Celtics. I'm not saying the Heat are a bad team, but in no world are the Heat better than the Celtics. And we keep seeing that. If you look at every single quarter in the series, the Celtics have won most of them. Yes, they did. They've had some really, really bad quarters. Celtics Warriors finals. Yes, I 100% agree with that. I think that's going to be the case. The thing that sucks to the Celtics is it's going to go 6 or 7 games. Definitely 6, obviously. It could go 7 if the Heat steal 1. But here's the storyline. I had a lot of, there's a lot of haters in this world. There's a lot of haters in this world. And there were a lot of people that came to me and said, hey, well, if Tyler Hero didn't play, if he would have played, the Heat would have won. There were literally people that said, if Tyler Hero didn't play, the Heat would have won. Are you crazy? Are you outside of your mind? You ready for these numbers from the Heat starters? PJ Tucker. We talk about PJ Tucker. I called him a waste of space yesterday, and you guys, there were a few people that said, PJ Tucker, he did a great job defending Jason Tatum in game 3. And he did. He was really good. But that's going to happen one time because Jason Tatum is that guy. If you didn't forget, I'm going to keep saying that. Jason Tatum is a very, very bad man. PJ Tucker, 0 points, 0 for 4 from the field. Didn't defend Jason Tatum very well, did he? Jimmy Butler had 6 points. He was 3 of 14, so he pulled a Jason Tatum game 3 of 14. Bam had 9 points in 28 minutes. Bam was good, but he wasn't super aggressive. Lowry had 3 points. He was 1 of 6. And then Max Strus was 0 for 7 from the field, and he had 0 points. The starters had 18. Yes, there we go. Come on. Really want to take the Warriors this week. We'll talk about the Warriors game in a minute, guys. I know everyone wants to get into the Warriors and the Mavs and all that, but I'm a Celtics fan. I gotta enjoy this one for a minute. Tyler Hero would not have made a difference. And it's funny too, people bring up Tyler Hero. The dude doesn't score on the road. Like he's not efficient on the road. When the game was on the line, they didn't have him in the other night, whether he was hurt or not. But the bottom line is he does not shoot well on the road. And we didn't have Marcus Smart. The Celtics play great on defense when they don't have Marcus Smart. It's unreal. No difference in Oladipo. Oladipo was good last night. I'll give him that. Oladipo was really good. I think he was their leading scorer, right? He played really well off the bench, or as well as he could play, obviously. Jason, don't give me that Heat in 7. You're just see, like, now that I know you just hate Boston sports. That's what you're just saying that. Because if you've watched this Celtics Heat series and you can sit here and say the Heat are going to win this series and believe it, that's crazy. Like, they were -7 last night, and I think that spread was ridiculous. I thought it was going the game. The Celtics should have been 7-point favorites. They're 100% Celtics should have been 7-point favorites last night because they are 7 points better than that team. They are probably 15 points better than that team if they just play well. And granted, the Heat played really, really bad. But if you look at the Celtics numbers, they weren't that good either. The Celtics played great on defense, but they're only 39.7 from the field as a team. Okay, they cooled down the second half a lot. The Heat were 33% from the field. They didn't play well, but the Celtics didn't play well either. That was, in no world was that Boston's best basketball game. No world. They really didn't play that good. So, why does a Red Sox fan own an Orioles jersey? Very simple. I wear this Orioles jersey every time they beat the New York Yankees. The Orioles beat the New York Yankees. And why does a Red Sox fan own it? Because you know what? The Orioles are at the bottom of the division. I can be a fan of the Orioles too. You are out of your mind if you think they're 15 points better. No, they are. I'm okay. Vegas isn't going to give them a 15-point spread in Game 6 when they return home. I understand that, but like the Celtics are significantly better than the Heat. Significantly better. You were just in last place though, but hey, we're climbing up. Hey, the Yankees are on a little losing streak, aren't they? Like three games right now. They play like they did in Game 5. They're done. But guys, we don't understand that. Like, the Heat are done. The Heat have Jimmy Butler. Okay, the Heat have Jimmy Butler. Who else? You're telling me PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Kyle Lowry, and Bam's pretty good. I'm going to leave him out. You're telling me those 3 guys are better than the Celtics? That starting line, like, this is almost like the Mavericks. I'm going to say it. The Heat are almost like the Mavericks in the sense of they have Luka and then everyone else. Now the Heat are a little better, right? But the Heat have Jimmy Butler and everyone else. The Celtics are way better. They're a well-rounded team. They have Jaylen Brown. They have Jason Tatum. They have Marcus Smart. Al Horford's playing out of his mind. Robert Williams. You have Peyton Pritchard off the bench who's showing up. I mean, he's playing just as good as Tyler Hero is off the bench right now. This Heat team is not the – and yes, Alex coming in here. People overrate the – I realized that last night I was watching this game, and I'm like, this is the Eastern Conference version of the Mavericks. And granted, they're the number 1 seed, and they find ways to win with defense. But come on now. Jimmy Butler is the guy, and then there's everyone else. And you're telling me that PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Kyle Lowry, and Bam Adebayo is going to beat the Celtics in 7 games? You give the Celtics 3 more games? Come on now, man. Come on now. Tanner looking like Brandon Lang, Jimmy Buckets, Bam, and the physical therapy squad. Yeah, like it's Jimmy, Bam, and everyone else. I mean, yes, Tyler Hero is great off the bench. What's up, OG? Attack the day, Tanner. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Hey, I saw your comment on some sports betting. I forget who it was, but it was very nice. Like everyone was like shitting on him. You came in, which is very nice. So I appreciate that. I like seeing nice comments out there. J Rod 925 LMAFO Rob Williams or Bam. Yeah, Rob Williams and Bam. And then on top of that, you got Al Horford. Al Horford doesn't own Bam, but I mean, Al Horford's played pretty well. Come on now. They didn't even have Marcus Smart last night. They said, you know what? Most people would make excuses. Most people would sit here and make excuses. Oh, we don't have the defensive player of the year, like the best defender in basketball. We don't have him on our floor tonight. Okay. Boston didn't make excuses. Boston just went out and played great defense. They held the Heat to 1 point for the first 7 minutes of the game. The Celtics are significantly better than the Heat. LOL. The mothership does not agree. The Celtics are significantly better than the Heat. It's not even close. The Heat are the Mavericks of the Eastern Conference. They have Jimmy Butler and everyone else. That's my new take. Yeah, ignore my comment because Spoelstra, a way better coach. No, I mean, guys, listen. Spoelstra's been there. He's been the guy, obviously. But Ime Udoka, in his first season, he's going to take this team to the finals most likely. Come on now. Not rocket science. It's that mic on. Yeah, it's just not connected to TikTok. If you want to hear the mic, you got to come to YouTube. Link in the bio. I think we will still win series without Marcus. I don't know how we cannot. Now, are the Heat going to be better than they were in game 4? Yes, of course they are. They're going to be better. It's just like the Celtics were going to be better in game 3. But if you tell me that the Celtics are not going to win the series, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the path to victory is for the Heat, because I really don't see anything. Okay, maybe the Celtics have to lay 3 eggs or 2 eggs, I guess, whatever. The first two out of 3 wins the series, and Jimmy Butler's got to be fantastic. But all I saw from Jimmy Butler was 3 of 14, and I think Jimmy Butler will bounce back. I really do. But PJ Tucker, Kyle Lowry, and Max Strus in a hurt Tyler Hero, so you eliminate him. He'll probably play. And then you got Victor Oladipo. Like, is that core going to get the job done over the Boston Celtics? No. Celtics in 7. I think Celtics in 7. I think Celtics in 6. I'm hoping Celtics in 6. I think it's going to be a lot easier to close the series out in Boston, obviously. Who you got in MLB tonight, Chris? We will get to that a little later here. Don't have much. I only got, let's see here. I got Blue Jays team total under 4, Mets money line, and then Cubs money line. We'll talk MLB a little later, though. We're on basketball right now. Some dude said all we have is Tatum. Jalen dropped 40. Listen, no, not all we have is Jason Tatum, because Jason Tatum is very inconsistent. He's not at that level yet. It's funny. We were outside the Garden last night. We were talking to this like hardcore Boston sports guy. And I don't know if anyone here is from Boston, but there's a part of Boston called Southie. It's South Boston. Okay. And now it's like a college town. It's literally young kids. And it used to be the hard-nosed area of Boston. Like, it was just the guys that the diehards, the laborers, like that kind of group. And I was talking to one of those guys last night, and he was like, this isn't anything. Like, Jason Tatum isn't the guy. Like, Jason Tatum's great, obviously, but he ain't what we used to have. He ain't like a top player in the history of basketball. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Larry Bird. So that's what he was saying last night, basically. And he was like Paul Pierce wasn't even that guy. Like, that's a different level back with what it used to be in the 80s and the 90s. I wish we could have seen Middleton. I wish we could have seen Middleton too. But at the same time, he wasn't on the floor. Celtics won the series. And that would have been a lot tougher of a series for the Celtics if Middleton was on the floor, 100%. But bottom line is, they're here right now. Red Sox plus 145 for the series. I don't hate that. I really don't. I think they're going to have a tough time tonight against Cease, but park the car. Love that. Park the car. All right. So bottom line is, Boston didn't play their best game, and they still won. The Heat played horrendous. And that's what we've seen. And I think the bigger issue here is the blowout problem that we have in the NBA playoffs. Like, every night there's someone getting blown out. Like, these games aren't close. Like, a 7-point spread you would think would be crazy for a playoff game. And like, we're just being given 7-point spreads. And there were a lot of people that didn't want to lay the 7 points last night because it was just too big. And I was on that group. I talked to a Heat fan before the game, and I'm like, you think you guys are going to win? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you're not going to win. Let's be real. You're not going to win this game, but like, you're probably going to cover the spread. That's what I told them. And they obviously didn't do either. So I did not believe the Celtics were going to cover 7 last night. I really didn't. I bet it because I felt I would rather take them at 7 than the Heat at +7. But at the same time, too, I didn't feel good about the Celtics at all last night covering that number, because it's like, in my head, it's like that's such a big number, even though it obviously wasn't. They should have been favored by 19.5 points and covered 20. If anyone took alternate spread 19.5, congratulations. -2.5 Yankees over my O's. How you feel about that? Yeah, I think they bounce back today. I think they get the job done. I don't think the O's can beat the Yankees again today. I think the Yankees will bounce back. I like, when we're getting Dodgers and Yankees run line. I also got to tell a funny story here too before we move into the picks. But we're talking Dodgers and Yankees run line. You're not getting much value at -1.5, especially when they're on the road. You're getting -140s, you're getting -150s, and it's like, I'm not willing to put down -150 for a run line bet. I'm not going to do it. It's usually got to be plus money. If we're talking Yankees or Dodgers, max I'm going to pay is -110. Hurricanes and Flames. I'm not on the Flames tonight, and I don't feel great about that bet, but I'm going to stay away from it. Let's move into hockey. We'll recap this real quick. Blues and Avs. We had Avs in regular time, 60 minutes. Kadri had 3 goals and assists to lead Colorado. Blues were up 1-0, and then the Avs scored 6 goals in the final 2 periods. It was 4-3 going in the third. I was a little nervous. But they got the job done. They are 2-0 in the new Rob Williams jersey. Got to love that. I have Warriors future for the championship. Would you hedge it? I probably would. But you can play out that hedge scenario when you get into it. I wouldn't worry about it right now. And you can also play it out after 1 or 2 games to see what you're feeling. I think the Warriors are a good team. I think they are better than the Celtics overall. If the Heat make it, if the Heat beat the Celtics in the series, I wouldn't hedge it. I think the Warriors will roll the Heat. Lightning took that ish like candy. The Lightning honestly got outplayed so bad last night. It's not even funny. But anyways, yeah, Avs got the job done. They're relentless. It's different. Like the Blues, I noticed it last night in third period. I'm like, these Avs are relentless. The Avalanche want to score at will. They want to put the puck in the net. They want to hurt you. And I didn't see that same grit with the Blues last night. Then we had Lightning money line. We won that 2-0. Andre Vasilevsky. This was basically the Florida Panthers versus Andre Vasilevsky. That's all it was last night. Very simple. Vasilevsky made 49 saves. Panthers outshot the Lightning 49-26. This is why I hate hockey betting, because if you're a Florida Panthers bettor last night, you deserve to win this game. 100%. You deserved it. You should have won this game. It should have been you. Okay. But at the same time, too, you didn't win because of Andre Vasilevsky. That's why I hate hockey, especially regular season hockey, too. Like when a team gets outshot 49-26 and they lose the game, it's like the most painful feeling in the world. That's why there were points this season where I stayed away from hockey betting just because I'm like, I hate seeing this. I hate looking at the scorecard after the game and seeing 49-26 and a loss. True. I'm hot on the future at the beginning on the season. Jayhawks, LA Rams, Warriors. Let's F and go. Love that. I'm taking New York Rangers in regulation and under 5.5. I have the Rangers tonight too. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Blue Jays, Cardinals. We're going to go back to this again. Blue Jays team total, but the story of the game here, Blue Jays 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Paul Goldschmidt obviously had the grand slam to win the game, but you can't go over 10 with runners in scoring position. It just can't happen. Skill doesn't win cups. It's grind and heart. 100%. Yeah, 100%. But Vasilevsky's very skillful, and he could win them a cup again. He's good enough to win the Lightning the cup again. If he can make 49 saves consistently, he's going to win them the cup. He like what I saw from Vasilevsky in the Toronto series, I was not very impressed. I thought he was shaky. But like this series, he was just absolute money the entire time. I think he was like the first or second star of the game pretty much every game almost. Avs taking the whole thing. The Avs are relentless. I'll give them that. The Avs are very relentless. They love to hurt people. They love to put the puck on the net. It's fun to watch. Like the Avs play a style of hockey that I like to watch. And they seem like they got a little more pep in their step than any other team in the playoffs right now. Mavs taking one out of Dallas tonight. I'm going to disagree with you on that, but I'm not going to disagree in the sense of I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just going to go with what I've seen, and what I've seen is that the Golden State Warriors are a much better team, but we'll see. And then Royals D-backs, we had D-backs money line last night. We said it, guys. We said it. This D-backs bullpen is so good. They went 5.1 innings, gave up 4 hits with no earned, and they hit 2 home runs. That's how the D-backs win. If you want it, like a lot of people message me and say, hey, like I'm done betting the D-backs. I'm done betting the D-backs. Why? This is a really good Diamondbacks team, especially against a not great team like the Royals. They ate up Zach Greinke. Greinke gave up 7 earned runs because he was throwing freaking meatballs over the plate. And on top of that, people, they have a great bullpen. This Diamondbacks team is here. What's your top 2, bro? Let's go Warriors to steal series. I got to look through my top 2. Once I go through my picks, I'll give them to you. But then finally here, we had Mets money line versus the Giants. Mets won 13-3 last night, plus 126 odds. Come on now. It's not rocket science. Never been rocket science. Easy money there. David Peterson was good. The Mets had 18 hits, 3 homers, 7-14 with runners in scoring position. I don't know if they do that again today, but we are going to ride with them again today because the Giants have won 3 games in their past 10. Like it's the Western Conference Finals. Come on now. I still think Mavs can pull one game. I think they can too. But we got to remember, guys, what are the Warriors are playing for like freaking 7-8 days off. Like I think for the Mavericks are dead. The Mavericks are dead in the water. They are a sitting duck right now. They are a sitting duck. They're a sitting deer. We're up in the deer stand ready to take their heads off right now. Okay. Or I should say the Warriors. They're a sitting duck. I don't think they're not really playing for anything. I think the Warriors have more of an incentive right now because they get how many days till June 2nd, that's when the finals start, off. They don't have to play. They can just practice. They can chill. They will recover. That's a huge advantage over a team like the Celtics or the Heat, who are going to go 6 or 7 games, right? How does Miami only get 11 per score? There's something funny with this league. And, I mean, it wasn't really there's something funny, but like it's not fixed. Like the Heat scoring 11 points in the first half was not fixed. Like, or the first quarter, like they just didn't score. They didn't score. They missed shots. They missed easy shots. They gave up the ball. They played lazy, and they couldn't stop the train. And sports is a game of momentum. I think people confuse momentum with games being fixed, right? Like when a team gets going and the wheels come off for their opponents, it's hard to get back on the track, right? And we saw that with the Heat last night. I mean, they were never in the game. They were never, ever in the game. There was never really a point where I watched the game and I'm like, we're not going to cover the spread tonight. How do starters only get 6 points in the first half? They shoot terrible. I don't know. I mean, the Celtics play great defense. I don't know what you can say, but, I'll tell you what, if you're trying to get at what I think you're trying to get at here, I don't think the Heat had Celtics money line last night. I don't think the Heat had Celtics to cover the spread. I mean, how do they do that? PJ Tucker 0 for 4. Jimmy Butler 3 for 14. Bam, I think was like 4 or 6. Lowry was 1 of 6. Max Strus was 0 for 7. That's how you do it right there. They just missed shots. There you go, J-Rod. Spoiler, not because it's rigged. Yeah, it's not, guys. I can't stand when people give me. Yeah, is there point shaving? Has there been point shaving done in sports? Yeah, of course there has. Of course there have. But for the Heat to score, 11 points, it's because they miss shots. This is the NBA. They miss shots. Come on now. I mean, Jimmy Butler's shooting 3 of 14. It's obviously not going to be a good night for that team. It's not. And then, I mean, the second half, guys, they gave up. Like, I think Bam was the starter that played the most. He had 28 minutes. Everyone else was like closer to like 20, 21, 22, 23 in that range. So, it was just a bad night for him. And listen, guys, the Celtics have had really bad nights too. The Celtics had really bad nights. Celtics have the best defense. Defense won championships. There it is. I think the Celtics have the best. I think Golden State has the best offense. Obviously, I think the Celtics could be the best team. If the NBA was fixed, they wouldn't have had the Celtics sweep the Nets. No, they wouldn't have. They would have had to go 7 games. And the Mavs probably wouldn't get swept either. And I think they could. I promise Miami wins the next one. I mean, they should. Honestly, they should at home. This is what's going to happen. I mean, realistically, Miami should come in, win the next game. The Celtics should go win in game 6, and then all bets are off in game 7. Grant coming in here, Grant Furnace. Did anyone else notice that the live spread for the Avs -1.5 was at like plus 150 for a while after they were up 4-1? No, I did not notice that, but, St. Louis did make a quick little run. Keep in mind, though, too, St. Louis made a quick run there, and the books aren't always timed up with the TV, depending on what broadcast you're watching. So, the Blues scored 2 quick goals in that second period. So that might have been why it was at plus 150. So if it was at like 4-2 or whatever, it might have went to plus 150. We're already going to church this morning. Let's go. I'm fired up. I love that. It was funny. We're outside the game last night, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to Celtics, but they have like stands outside selling T-shirts, and one of the T-shirt sales ladies took my microphone and started giving me like a pump-up speech. I was ready to run through a brick wall. Role players always play worse on the road, and with Jimmy struggling, they were cooked. And they didn't have their role player in Tyler Hero, but role players do play worse on the road. That trend seems to fade when we get into like game 5, 6, 7, though. Games 1, 2, 3, 4 are always tougher for the role players. It usually starts to get better 5, 6, 7. Really gets better around 6, 7. Mets over 7.5 today. It's going to be tough. I think they should, but I mean, both pitching's pretty good there. But yeah, I'm going to go Mets money line. We'll talk about that game here in a minute. So before we get in, we got to it. Today's bets, Mavericks Warriors. Let's talk here. Subscribe, guys. Check out TikTok. Check out Discord. Check out the merch. Links in the bio on YouTube. Links in the description on TikTok. Let's go to work. Oh, also, it's funny. We were talking about like cappers yesterday. Like, I saw a capper. I'm not going to name names. I refuse to name names. But there was one who gave out a free play, and it was a Dodgers-Yankees parlay yesterday. Obviously, it didn't hit because the Orioles, but there was a capper that gave out a Yankee-Dodger free play parlay like he was fucking reinventing the wheel. St. Louis Cardinals +1. Good. St. Louis Cardinals. I was going to go with the Cardinals today. I was, but I just figured I'd go Blue Jays team total under 4 runs. I got greedy yesterday. We all get greedy. Play of the day. I got a few plays of the day. So let's talk. Let me recuperate. Let me get a little water. Let me regroup for the last 30 minutes of this show. Freaking man of the people right here. Tanner Kern, man of the people, giving out 6-0 days, grinding every day, 7 days a week. People smash the subscribe button. Dodgers Celtics parlay was free. Dodgers won big last night, but a lot of people added the Yankees in there too. Keep that in mind. And they got beat. Warriors sweep. Dude, huge win for the O's. Money line gained 5 units. Love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like what were the Orioles? I say +220, +230. If you bet those teams on the right day, you win big. That's why we love baseball betting. Okay, I hammered it anyways. Love that, Grant. You hit because they won 6-3. John Brando, we're already going to church this morning. Let me take you to church again. All right, let's talk Mavericks Warriors right now. I don't have much to say about this game. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let you rely on you guys for some feedback on this game because, I mean, yeah, in my head, I'm going to say, yeah, the Mavericks don't lose in 4. And before I even start this, I was scrolling through ESPN this morning. Brewers, I don't talk about the Brewers. I was scrolling through ESPN and I saw an article that said the first 3 coming back 3-0, the first time. It's never happened in NBA. It's inevitable, right? The first 3-0 comeback is inevitable. And I saw that and I was like, no. The Warriors, like the Mavericks are a sitting duck right now. And I think the Warriors motivation to go home and not have to play another basketball game and take a week off is pretty damn good. That's a good incentive for them to get the win tonight. Now, we know the formula for the Dallas Mavericks. It's not complex. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, and it's never been rocket science. How do the Mavericks win? You need about 30 from Luka, 35 from Luka. You need about 20-something from Jalen Brunson, and you need guys to step up outside of those two. We had 26 from Dinwiddie off the bench. Again, though, Reggie Bullock was 0 for 10 from the field and 0 for 7 from the three-point line. Dwight Powell had 3. Dorian Finney-Smith had 9. That's not good enough, and that will never be good enough to beat a Warriors team, especially when Steph Curry is dropping 31. Klay Thompson had 19. He's the most boomer bust player, I think, in the NBA right now. But anyways, Steph Curry's going to have 30 a night. I think that's a no-brainer. Steph Curry owns the Mavericks, right now, at least. In the regular season, the Warriors actually had some trouble with the Mavericks. Steph Curry, they did a good job defending Steph Curry, but you can't have a guy like Andrew Wiggins getting 27 points and 11 rebounds. You can't. Dude got to not shoot 0 for 10. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. If the Mavericks, I said it yesterday, the Celtics were not going to turn the ball over 24 times. If they cut it in half, they'll win. Look what happens. Not rocket science. If you look at the Warriors and the Mavericks, here's how the Mavericks beat the Warriors. Luka has 30. Jalen Brunson has 20. Dinwiddie has double figures off the bench. Reggie Bullock does not shoot 0 for 10 from the field. Dorian Finney-Smith has like 12 to 15. And Dwight Powell has about 10. That's how you win. It's not rocket science, guys. Like that. If they do that, they'll win the game. They will win the game. They will cover the spread. But I can't get behind it because I haven't seen it, and it's so inconsistent. I mean, the Golden State Warriors are a different beast than the Utah Jazz, and I hope we can all agree with that. It's a different beast. I think the Mavericks are having a lot of trouble keeping up with the Warriors offense right now, and that's their biggest issue, honestly. So it should be an interesting game. I'm not going to get on the mentality of, hey, they're too good to get swept, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bet what I think, and I'm going to bet what I've seen. All I have seen is the Golden State Warriors absolutely roll them in the series. I mean, the Golden State Warriors out-rebounded them 43-30, 47-33 in the last game. They had 7 more offensive rebounds. Guys, the bottom line with rebounding is it's just all grit. It's how bad do you want it? That's what rebounding is. It's not hard to understand. Like, when it comes to rebounding in the NBA too, I mean, I know, teams have better rebounders, teams have bigger people down low, but it's grit. It's how bad do you want it? I haven't seen that desire in the eyes of the Dallas Mavericks throughout the series. And, if you're Dallas, you can say, hey, we're down 3-0. We got a chance to come back. That doesn't last very long. Like that mentality of, hey, you know what? We got a chance to do something special here. This is a blessing that we're down 3-0 because we have a chance to come back and be the first team to do it in the NBA. That doesn't last very long. That lasts until you get punched in the mouth in the first quarter and then you fold. You have to bet it from a one-game base. The Warriors are the better team. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Like, especially with the Mets day too. I'm going to take the Mets because the numbers support the Mets. But could the Mets lose today? Yeah, they won big yesterday. They could lay an egg today. You just don't know. I bet on a one-game basis. I try to. Can you talk about the Orioles, bro? We'll talk about them in a minute. They beat the Yankees. Anytime they beat the Yankees, I love it. I saw the score. I'm like, wow, it's pretty impressive stuff there. I think the Warriors want to close out. They want another championship. I think they close out. Yeah. I mean, guys, the fact of the matter is they set themselves up great if they can win the Western Conference tonight and then have off till June 2nd. Like, they're in a really good position knowing that Eastern Conference final is going to be a battle. I think the Celtics win it. It's going to be a fight though. And whatever team comes out of that is going to be very, very tired. So yeah, I can't get behind the Dallas Mavericks then. I can't do it. Hey, listen, if they win the game, great. Great. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna live with my bet. I'm gonna be happy with my bet because the Warriors are a much better basketball team. The Dallas Mavericks, it's Luka and everyone else. And you don't know what you're gonna get from everyone else. I think you're gonna get 20 from Brunson, but even he has been bad at times, right? There's no consistency on the floor besides Luka Doncic. And if Luka scores 50 tonight, it doesn't matter because they can still lose this game. They can still lose because Luka needs help. He needs support, and he doesn't have the support that he needs to be successful. I'm going to go with the Warriors money line. It's minus 104. If you would have got it yesterday, it would have been plus money. That's why it's beneficial to jump on these. Like the Celtics right now are 1.5 point favorites, I believe, in Miami right now. So that'll probably jump up to 2.5 or 3. Miami and 6. Didn't you say Miami and 5 the other day? I mean, a user 2-5. There's so many like those user chirper trolls. But didn't you say Miami and 5 the other day? Dodgers Twins 2-team money line winner. Like that. Padres are playing really good. They are playing really good. Mets and Cardinals, I think MLB picks today. I have both those. Can I talk about the Orioles? We'll talk NHL playoffs in a minute here. But yeah, I mean, great job. The Orioles are a lot better, I think, than people expected. You know, I feel sorry for you as a season ticket holder in the sense of you've probably seen a lot of bad things there, but a lot of bad times. But I think it's turning around. I really do like this Orioles team. The only problem is, you know, baseball is a sport where you got to pay to win. You got to pay to win games. The Orioles they have the lowest payroll in baseball, but I think Adley coming up's huge. You got Santander, you got Mancini until you probably trade him at the deadline this year. I feel like you got a lot of really, really good players there. So it's exciting to watch. I mean, like I haven't watched Adley that much. I watched him in AAA a little bit. But you know, you got Mountcastle. He's going to be really good. Cedric Mullins, you know, like it's Orioles aren't in bad shape moving forward. The problem is they play in a division with the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox and, you know, the Blue Jays who are coming around, right? But, you know, when you play in a division with the Yankees and really not the Red Sox right now, the way they're spending money, but when you play in division with the Yankees who are going to spend money to win, it's always hard, right? But you never know. I mean, the Orioles have been successful in the past. You just got to find the guys like you got to find Manny Machado before he gets big enough to go to the Padres, right? And that could be Adley. That could be, you know, Santander. Or not Santander. That could be Cedric Mullins, right? We just don't know. Okay, so that's enough talk about the Orioles. As much as I love the Orioles, Alex got a sweep in this Maverick series. Chris Cardinali. I had Celtics, Cards, Dodgers, Cubs, Lightning, Moneyline, Parlay, Cash. Love that. Absolutely love that. Great work. Great work. Warriors at minus 105 is disrespectful. What do you mean disrespectful? What do you mean? In what way do you mean disrespectful? You think they should be like minus 120, minus 130? Bottom line is, I mean, it's hard to win 4 games in a row. So I think it's a fair bet. I think it's one that we take advantage of. I don't see any team beating Golden State. And under 215.5. I think it does go under. I think it's close. How about the Tampa Bay Lightning win 10 series in a row? It's unreal what the Lightning has done. It's been absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. Also had Celtics minus 4.5, Tatum 25 points. Love that. Over 25. All right. So are we good on the Mavericks and the Warriors series? If you have any other questions, Wiggins PRA. I don't know if Wiggins has as good of a game as he does. I would probably fade it totally. Rangers or Canes tonight. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Want to hammer Warriors, but can't count Mavs out. That's exactly how I feel. Like, again, I'm not going to go all in on this bet by any means. I'm just going to, probably sprinkle a little bit. I might put in a parlay. But again, I think the Warriors are a better team, and that's what I got to go with. Philly today, what do you think? Philly hasn't really been hitting, which kind of scares me. We can talk baseball here in a few minutes. So let's get to hockey, and then I'll bring up the book, and we can talk some baseball. Rangers money line. Yeah, I'm on the Rangers tonight too. 100% on the Rangers. Well, let's talk Hurricanes Rangers right now. Why am I on the Rangers? Why do you guys think I'm on the Rangers? Igor's been fantastic in the net. They're thriving at home. This is a series that's going to come down to home team. And I think Carolina has the advantage, obviously, because they have game 7 at home. But, this series overall, both teams have played very good on away ice, right? Like the Hurricanes played well in New York. They really weren't that bad. They outshot the Rangers 44-33. Igor was just fantastic. Now the Rangers can't get away with that moving forward. The Hurricanes were 0 for 3 on the power play. They stepped up, the Rangers stepped up in big situations there. But overall, this is going to be a home ice kind of series. You look at what the Rangers did in Carolina. They were actually really good. They were really efficient. But at the same time, too, guys like Chris Kreider didn't get going. He was pretty non-existent. Panarin was non-existent. So you get those guys going, you're going to be fine. I don't bet tennis. No, I'd like to start, though, a little bit. But again, I don't know enough about it. And I'm so wrapped up in the NBA and NHL playoffs, I don't have time to look. But, Igor, just fantastic. I think he's going to be very, very good tonight. He looked shaky against the Penguins, but overall what he's done in this series has been very, very, very impressive. So I'm going to go Rangers money line tonight. I think most people are on the Rangers. Again, Carolina can win this game, no problem. It's good. These kind of games come down to one goal here and there, like who can get the advantage late in the game. That's the bottom line. Love the over in that game. The over in the Rangers Hurricanes game, it's hard. I wouldn't go over just because you got Igor playing really, really well. Ranta. The thing about Ronte is he's a different goaltender on away ice, but he's still been good. Like he's been pretty solid. That's one I would probably stay away from. But you do you, obviously. I would fade it more than anything, just because like when I see Igor make 43 saves on 44 shots, he's locked in. Same thing with what we saw from Vasilevsky, right? You look at Vasilevsky in that Toronto series, he was shaky, right? You look at him in this series, it was a different goaltender. It was a goaltender that was seeing the puck, and that's a dangerous thing for overs. So I would be hesitant with that. I'm not saying it's not going to hit. I'm not saying it is going to hit, but I would definitely be a little hesitant there when it comes to the over in the Hurricanes Rangers game. Now Flames Oilers, this is going to be a different one. Garden is going to be rocking tonight. Let's effing go Rangers. Chris Cardinali over on YouTube. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like there's some arenas, and the world's what do they call it? The Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena or whatever, that the Madison Square Garden, when it gets going there, it's pretty loud. It's very similar to TD Garden in Boston. There's some arenas that are just different, right? Tanner, can you give me a 6 to 7 leg parlay baseball? I have 20% profit boost on baseball day. I can do that. Yeah. I'll pick some winners when we do baseball here in a minute. I'll try to at least. Hasn't hit yet in the playoffs, and 3 of 4 in regular season went over. Going to hit one of these games. It is, and but like the playoffs right now, goaltenders are really stepping up in the playoffs. Like what we see in the regular season is not playoff hockey. Like these goaltenders are locked in, these defenses are locked in. Like they're willing to do whatever it takes. So that does scare me with the overs. Now the over in the Flames Oilers is a little more appealing to me in the sense of what are we going to get from Jacob Markstrom? He got pulled last game. I think he will start tonight, but what are we going to get from him? I mean, he's one of the best. He's a very good goaltender, one of the best in the NHL. He allowed 4 goals in the second period against the Oilers. It was very, very ugly. And then, when the Oilers get going, they're tough to stop. It's very similar to the Avs, right? Evander Kane had a hattie. Leon Draisaitl had 4 assists. Connor McDavid had 3 assists. Though that core group right there, they're getting the job done. And if they get going, they're tough to stop. Now, with this being said, Mike Smith, did Mike Smith have what did Mike Smith do in this game? I want to get his numbers. Let's see. Mike Smith, he made 32 saves on 33 shots. Now, we know Mike Smith in the sense of this dude can be really, really good or really, really bad. How do you, man of the people, there we go, Matthew Weltman. Damn right I am. How do we get Mike? Like, we can't predict what Mike Smith is going to do, which really scares me as a bettor. But at the same time, I'm going to bank on Edmonton's offense to win it. Like, Edmonton got going offensively, and then Mike Smith was, he had an easy night because they were up 4-0. They folded. So my hope in this game, Oilers money line -114. My hope he had his best game, 100%. I don't think he does it again, but in his past 2 games, I got to give him credit. In the past 5, let's just look at his bulk workload for the past 5. Overall, he's had a .938 save percentage. He had a shutout against the Kings in game 1 there. So his past 5. So he's gone .938, 1,700. He was really bad against Calgary. And then he had .925, .970. He's allowed 4, 6, 7, 9 goals in his past 5 games. Like with Edmonton's offense, that's good enough to win. That's good enough to win. That's a very good. Like he's been pretty good. I know we make fun of Mike Smith because he'll have that really bad game where he can't stop anything, but overall he has not been bad. So when I look at those numbers, I can trust that he's going to get the job done. The Oilers are going to score tonight. Can't bet against the best player in the world, even when his goalie is the worst handler of the puck. Yeah, and that's where I'm at too. I mean, I think we saw it with this offense. The Oilers, once they got going, they're tough to stop. Connor McDavid is the best player in the world. He's got a great group there. And if they get going, they will not lose this hockey game. They're at home, too. That's another advantage. I'm going to go with the Oilers tonight. I feel good about it. I haven't felt good about him this whole series. Like last game, I stayed away from it because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to get out of Mike Smith. And obviously, he had one of his best games yet. But this Oilers offense, and it's different. It's kind of like the Avalanche in the sense of they like to be aggressive and they like to put pucks on the net and they skate hard. So I'm going to go Oilers money line night. We will see. But again, Markstrom could be better tonight, and Mike Smith could be horrendous. We don't know we're getting with goaltenders, which scares me. But offensively, Oilers are obviously the way to go. Rockies money line today. Rockies money line. Let's start talking baseball, guys. Let's break down baseball. Put your baseball questions in the chat. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 plays today in baseball. Let's see, Rockies money line today. Kyle Freeland. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably go with the Rockies. Let me look up some numbers for you guys. Rockies coming off the 2-1 loss to the Pirates. Should get back on track. Contreras and Kyle Freeland hasn't been able to locate. That's the problem. But the Rockies pitching has been better on the road. And as we saw yesterday, they only gave up 2 runs, right? So the pitching has been better on the road, which is usually a little it's interesting to see. Let's see. So Rockies have the advantage in the power, obviously, but those stats are inflated when you look at cores. The Pirates are actually better by the numbers. Rockies aren't playing great baseball. For plus 106, I would probably take a chance on it. Kyle Freeland has the ability to shove. He just has not been super good this season. It's going to be a bullpen game for the Pirates today. So, I mean, I'd probably go with I would take a chance on Colorado knowing it's a bullpen day. A's, as a Pirates fan, Rosani's pretty solid, but yeah, he's only going to go, and he's at 7.2 innings this year. He's been very good over those 7 innings, 0.91 whip. I don't know how long he'll be in the ball game for. So, what do I think about Rangers? I like Rangers in hockey. Parlayed Yankees, Dodgers, and Astros. I mean, again, it's not rocket science. Come on now. Rockies are inconsistent. Tan the Mania save. Tried to build momentum yesterday with the non-rocket science. All right, we'll try to do something for you today. Again, we went 6-0 yesterday with the picks. I'm not saying it's going to be 6-0 again today, guys. It could be a dud. We don't know. That's a great part about sports betting. We don't know what's going to happen until the games actually start. So, yeah, I mean, Rockies are inconsistent. Pirates are inconsistent. It's when I see 2 inconsistent teams, I go with the number, and the number is plus 106 for me. That's more appealing than taking the Pirates at minus 124. That's my answer there. Cards have been hitting big lately with Hicks on the mound. You like the total over 7.5? I do. But again, it's going to take, yesterday, for example, it was 3-3 and Goldschmidt hits a single there. It's a 4-3 win and instead of a 7-3 win. So I wouldn't look into that. I wouldn't look into that grand slam and say, hey, like this game's automatically getting over because, if they win 7-3 yesterday or they win 4-3, it's 7.5 and stayed under. And the pitching was better than it is today. Now, the thing about that is Toronto, you really need Toronto to contribute, and they haven't been contributing offensively. I'm going to take their team total of under 4 runs today. This will be my first bet we can talk about here. Now, the Blue Jays have not scored over 4 runs in their past 6 games. I think the Golden State Warriors do sweep today. That's what I'm going with. The Blue Jays, have not scored over 4 runs in their past 6 games. With that being said, you're playing with fire with that low of a team total with the Toronto Blue Jays, especially going against a guy like Jordan Hicks. But the one thing that Hicks does well, he keeps the ball in the yard. He's only allowed 2 homers this year. If he can limit the walks, I think the Blue Jays stay under their total. In worst case, it pushes, in my opinion. 4 runs is a lot when you look at what the Blue Jays have done. It's going to be a sweat, and there's no doubt about that. But 4 runs is a lot when you look at the Blue Jays' workload recently. Jordan Hicks has the ability to shove. As long as he's keeping the ball down in the zone, he'll be just fine. He doesn't give up a lot of home runs. It's just the walks. The walks really scare me with him. But I'm going to go under 4. And, for example, guys, I would probably take, I'd probably take Cardinals money line at plus 118. But, Gausman's a different beast on the mound for them. And, he got roughed up a little bit in his last start, I believe. But, he's a different beast. I think the Blue Jays could get back on track today, but it's going to be a very, very low scoring game. If there's one guy who can shut down this Cardinals offense right now, they're seeing the ball very well. But if there's one guy, it's Kevin Gausman. Gladiator Tanner, are you not entertained? Of course I'm entertained. What are your other baseball money line picks? So I have Blue Jays team total. I have Cubs money line today. I like the Cubs. The Reds are starting to win games, right? But the Cubs are a better team. All right. Their OBP is higher by 20 points. They scored 24 more runs. Do I hate betting on the Cubs? Yes, I hate it. I can't stand it, right? But, the pitching's the big difference here. Chicago's pitching staff, different caliber than the Reds. Team ERA 3.94, 1.27 WHIP. Reds have a combined 5.64 ERA. I know ERA is a stat that you look at and you say, hey, you know what? It's either a good or a bad stat. There's better stats to look at, but overall, that paints a picture right there. A point is big on ERA. Reds are 5-10 at home. I know this is a different Reds team right now than we saw earlier in the season. Tyler Mail's going. He walks a lot of batters. He's walked 20 batters in 43 innings. Got a 1.35 WHIP. Very good strikeout pitcher. He's a better strikeout pitcher than what you're going to get from Marcus Stroman today. But if Stroman can keep the ball down the zone, I think the Cubs win. He's got a 1.15 WHIP. He does an excellent job limiting walks. He's not going to give free passes. So I'm going to go with the Cubs. Yeah, I think the Cubs get 2 in a row on the Reds. I do. I really do. I mean, they had the long ball helped them out yesterday, but I'm not going to go back to the Reds and say, hey, they're going to win today just because they lost yesterday. The Reds haven't earned that respect. They're 5-10 at home. The Cubs are 10-9 on the road, so they're a 500 team on the road. Guardians plus 1.5 today. No, I would probably stay. Like I feel like you're seeing that, and you're seeing minus 125, and it's feeling. I would stay away from that. That's just my opinion. If you think the Guardians are going to cover, you should just take them to win at plus 180, unless you want to put in a parlay. I hate doing plus 1.5 really because like if you can get plus 1.5 at the juice at minus 125, there's something up. It means the team's not very good. Because you usually can't get plus 1.5 for anything better than minus 150 usually for something that is realistic. Dodgers over 4.5 team total. Who are they facing today pitching wise? Let's see here. Dodgers. Yeah, Josiah Gray is really good. I mean, I know he's like a 4.5 ERA guy in that range, but like he's pretty damn good. I would probably rather take them minus 1.5 at minus 122 than their team total. But I do think they get to it. Yes, I do. The one thing about the Dodgers is they have been known to score a lot of runs and then go back the next day and not score as many. Like I don't think they get 10 runs today. But they ate up Washington's bullpen yesterday. So, I mean, they're obviously seeing the ball well. I don't think it's a bad bet either way. Taking them run line or taking them straight up. F the Dodgers. Well, you probably bet the Dodgers on a bad day. You need to bet the Dodgers over a long period of time. I am a Red Sox fan. I'm just wearing an Orioles jersey because they beat the New York Yankees yesterday. Rockies over 3.5 team total. We're big on the team totals today. I like it. Yeah, I mean, Contreras, 3.5 is a low number, but like Contreras could go 3-4 innings and then the bullpen shut them down yesterday. I'd probably say over. It's a low total, but it might be one you want to stay away from. You do NHL as well, or is this strictly MLB check? No, everything. We started with basketball. We went all the way down to baseball, so we do it all here. This is the latter half of the show. We have we're at 53 minutes, so we've been talking basketball, hockey, and we get to this. Okay, so we got some comments here on YouTube. Chris Cardinale, White Sox, Toronto, Dodgers, Yankees, Angels in a parlay. I like that. I do. I think you want to be careful with Toronto today, but I do like that. White Sox, you also want to be careful with, honestly. I mean, Dylan Cease is very, very good, but he can get lit up, and the Red Sox are seeing the ball really well right now. I think this is a great upset spot for the Red Sox. Great upset spot. Started watching you this week. Your picks are solid. Happy to be here. Love that. Good 6 picks. I got to give the 7-team parlay for Matthew here in a little bit too. But also add the Mets too. Okay. White Sox, I think you guys should be hesitant with. And I know I'm a Red Sox fan. I have the mortgage on Toronto. Yeah, you're good. I think Toronto should win with Guzman on the mound, obviously, or Gausman. They should, but the Cardinals have been very, very good. I'm a Yankees fan. I don't trust them against the O's. The Yankees always struggle. Dang, you went 6-0. I parlayed your last 5 days and skipped yesterday. Well, here's the thing. I give a lot of people credit because when I go 6-0 or 7-0, I get these tickets sent to me saying, hey, you cashed me out yesterday. I haven't been 6-0 in the past I've been 6-0 in a week or 2 weeks, right? Like, so you're obviously tailing every day, and that's pretty impressive stuff. Unless you're picking your spots and you're just getting the job done. White Sox, I would be careful with. If the Red Sox get to Cease, I think they can eat up the bullpen. What the White Sox beat up the Red Sox last time they played each other in Fenway. They're going to Chicago, obviously. Nice. So just be careful with that. Confident on Toronto versus Seattle, or not really? I like Toronto's team total under 4 more than anything else because, like I said, I bet numbers. Toronto has not scored over 4 runs in their past 6 games. They've been under 4 in all past 6 games, right? So I'm going to bet what I've seen. I'm going to bet the number. So we'll get to my picks here. Right now we have Warriors money line, Rangers money line, Oilers money line. Then baseball, we have Cubs money line, Blue Jays team total under 4, and then we're going to do Mets money line. I'll talk about that in a minute. So I like the Mets. I respect that you will pick up to 6 picks. A lot of people are too scared to do more than 3. I mean, I bet what I see. I usually do about 3. And guys, I'll give you more picks. I can give you every pick on the baseball. Like, I have a pick for everything. I'm not saying I play it, but like, I give you what I play. I also don't, like, for example, what am I going to, I could stay up here like some of these cappers say, hey, Dodgers money line today. That's the bet at -210. Like, I'm giving you, if you look at the picks I'm giving you, -108, +106, -104, -114, -104, and -104. Like, there's something that you can play as a straight, Okay, so I appreciate that, John. I do. That's what I was saying about the Panthers last night. Insane game for the Panthers last night. It was one they should have won, but just Vasilevsky changed the series right there. New subscriber here, dude. Awesome job yesterday. Not to take off topic. No problem. We get taken off topic all the time, guys. We get taken off topic all the time. I love it, though. I want to answer your questions. It might make the show a little scattered, when we go from hockey to baseball, back to basketball to tennis and all that stuff. But, I want to give you guys what you want here. Most confident 3. Let me talk about the Mets, and then we'll talk about, our top 7 picks. I know Matthew wanted that, and then my best bets for the day. But honestly, guys, when you say like best bets, really, I like all these bets. I don't try to give you something, like, I'll make it clear. Like yesterday, I was like, hey, Celtics -7. I don't know if you want to lay that number. But again, like, most of the time, these are all bets that I feel confident are going to hit. And obviously, it doesn't always go that way. I'm tailing that tonight, bud. Let's see. Chris is tailing that one. Yeah, guys, I love it. I think the White Sox will win tonight with Cease on the mound, but just be a little careful with that. Toronto, I think Toronto should win, but just beat the Cardinals are seeing the baseball well, so just keep all that in mind. Dodgers and Cub team overs is +185. I like that. Nice day yesterday. I appreciate it. Do you bet Nerfies and Yerfies? Yeah, I give you guys opinions on it. Do I bet them? Not really. I've had a lot of trouble with them early in the season, so I kind of stay away from it. I love it here. Love that. Not famous Kevin. Okay, let's talk Mets here. Let's talk Mets. Now, the Giants are 3-7 in their past 10 games, so the Mets are plus money today still. And here's another stat that you're going to like. I think the Mets are 5-1 as underdogs. 5-1. They haven't been underdog much, but they have won as underdogs. I will repeat the picks in a minute. Let me just get through the Mets here. Now, they're coming off getting spanked by the New York Mets 13-3 yesterday, but this has been the norm for them. They're 3-7 in their past 10 games. I believe they're on a 5-game losing streak right now. And the Mets bullpen is much better than Giants, and they're 16-7 on the road. The Mets are finding ways to win. They know how to win. And on top of that, they have a pitching advantage tonight. Now, with that being said, Logan Webb pitching for the Giants tonight. He usually wins when he's on the mound. His numbers aren't better than Chris Bassett, but he usually wins. They're 5-1. He's 5-1 in his starts this year. 3.54, 1.26 whip. Bassett, 4-2, 2.77 ERA, 109 whip. Bassett's doing a really good job this year. His one Achilles heel has been keeping the ball in play. If he gives up home runs, he struggles, right? That's when the wheels start to come off. So I'm hoping he can keep the ball down in the zone. But for plus 106, I'm going to take advantage of that. When you look at what the Giants are right now on the money line, they're minus 124. This is the same situation as like the Rockies and the Pirates. Well, I'd rather trust the Rockies with plus 106 than the Pirates at minus 124. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to these pick'em baseball games. So I'm going to go with the Mets money line night plus 106. Lindor is the worst $340 million contract in history. I wouldn't say that. It's too early to tell. He had one bad. I mean, I think it's crazy that New Yorkers were booing him like 10 games into his contract last year. And actually, his contract just started this year. The contract last year was a 1-year deal for $33 million, and they added on to it. So it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. Like Lindor, and Lindor's actually having a much better year this year. Frankie Lindor, he's batting 238, 6 homers. He started hot. Um, he's cooled down a little bit, but I mean, I wouldn't say he's the worst ever. He's very, very good. Um, and some guys just don't pan out. Like that's why the new I know 238 is awful. I know it's horrendous. Um, some guys don't pan out, right? Like, and I'm not saying Lindor isn't. He's 28 years old. He's in his prime years, and he's in the second year of his deal, or first year of his deal, really second year with the Mets, right? Like, you can't say he isn't going to pan out yet. It's too early to tell. But again, these 300, what's worth $340 million? What is worth that, right? When we look at these massive deals, is anyone worth $340 million? I think I can find someone to go produce for $340 million. I think I could find someone for $200 million to do what Frankie Lindor is going to do for $340 million. No, but these big money contracts are insane because they're not going to live up to the hype. It's nearly impossible to live up to $340 million. Like, when I hear that, what do you think they should produce with $340 million? Like, it's like it's almost an unwinnable situation because I guarantee, if Frankie Lindor is batting 270 right now, you're still going to say, hey, he's not living up to his deal, right? Over 7.5 White Sox, Red Sox thoughts. I'd probably go over the way the Red Sox are hitting the ball. Dylan Cease is very good, but we saw with Cease against the Yankees. I'm not saying the Red Sox have the same lineup as the Yankees right now, but Cease had 11 strikeouts and he still gave up 5 or 6 earned. So I'd probably go over on that. Miggy Triple Crown, LL, the line move. What line move we talk about? Arizona, Houston, and Braves. Let me look at those games. Arizona here, Gallon. It's amazing. You get Arizona yesterday for minus 120. They're minus 210 just because Zach Gallen's on the mound. So I'm staying away from that totally now. Houston. Framber Valdez, minus 1.5. That's one I'd be willing to take there. Minus 1.5 at plus 104 for a home team. I wouldn't do it, but yeah, Aaron Judge, 100% AL MVP, 100%. The line moves are great. Okay, and then Braves. Let's see, Braves. Max Fried, minus 178, minus 1.5. I think the Phillies, I do like the Phillies at plus 150 today. A lot of people were talking about Philadelphia. I do like that. Overpaid for sure. Yeah, I mean, guys, you can't live up to a $340 million contract. You can't do it. Hard to. Do you agree, Aaron Judge? Yeah, Aaron Judge, 100% AL MVP. Who's the NL MVP right now? It's hard to say. Let me think. NL MVP. Got to be Manny, right? Got to be Manny. Manny Machado, Mookie up there, Pete Alonso's up there, but Manny's run away with it, 100%. Sorry, this sounds degenerate, but any WNBA plays. I don't have any WNBA plays, but I could look into that. I could learn WNBA. I'm a big women's basketball, college basketball fan because I love UConn. I went to UConn, but so I could learn that if you guys want that a little more. But I just don't look into it right now. Not during NBA playoffs and when I don't have NBA and NHL playoffs to talk about, we can talk about tennis and freaking ping pong and WNBA. But no, not right now. But I've seen some big winning tickets on WNBA. Yeah, I mean Trout has lit Paige buckets. Oh, Paige Beckers, she's unreal. So fun to watch. Trout has lived up to the 426 million, so it can be done. Yeah, but guys, keep Mike Trout's the best player on the planet. Got to start going back direction when baseball and hockey end. Yeah, right now I'm not going to do that, but we'll talk. I can learn tennis. I'll talk WNBA. I'll watch WNBA all the time. I'll go to Connecticut Sun games and all that. But right now, at least, I got nothing to say about it because I'm so into the other stuff. Guys, we talk. We're at an hour and 3 minutes right now. And we're still getting questions asked. We don't have time for WNBA right now, at least. But there's value. There's definitely value. If Shohei wins the American League MVP again, I'm just we can't give it to him just because he pitches and hits. We can't. It's obviously Aaron Judge, in my opinion. He's been really good. Now, if the Angels do make the playoffs and if they do something in the playoffs, my plays are not in Discord yet. No, I haven't uploaded them yet. But if the Angels do make the playoffs, I think Shohei or Mike Trout have an advantage because the Yankees are expected to make the playoffs. I did not give out the 3-team parlay. I did not give out my 3-team parlay yet. I'm going to do a 7-team parlay for Matthew Weltman. Matthew's still on here. Yeah, there you go. Send the likes. All right, Matthew, let's do 7-team parlay. 3-team parlay. 3-team parlay. I mean, it depends what juice are you guys looking for in a 3-team parlay. I think the Yankees bounce back today. I'm going to go with so I would take, let's see here. I don't love them against Baltimore in any day of the week, but yeah, I'd go Yankees. So here's my safe. Who is Coach? Coach he's another content guy. He doesn't do it full time by any means, but if you go to like hashtag Tanner and Coach Picks, he's one of he's been with me for a while. He just kind of he kind of rides next to me, and we get picks together, but he doesn't do this full time or anything. Like, this isn't his job, but he gives good picks. He gives more like parlay pieces too a lot. But he's had some really good days in there. And if you just ask who's Coach, he can introduce himself in there. Hit 3,000 on your picks yesterday. Love that. So I'd go Yankees money line to start. I would go Yankees money line. I would start it with that. I'm going to stay away from the Dodgers today with the Nats, just because they won yesterday. Just don't want to jinx anything. I would take the Red Sox at +1.5 at -152. I'd take them at +1.5. Okay. They'll be within a run tonight. And then I would go with the Astros at -215. That's +236. 3-teamer right there. Trevor Story is getting hot, and that's dangerous. That's a 3-teamer. That's +236. Yankees, Red Sox +1.5, and Houston Astros. Okay. Matthew, let's do your pick now. Let's do your 7 picks now. All right. So I don't know how safe you want to get with this, Matthew, or not, but here we go. All right. So we're going to stay away from Rockies, Pirates. I'm going to give you all heavy favorites pretty much. So I think I'm going to add the Dodgers in there. If you're doing 7 picks for baseball, you got to add the Dodgers. You got to add the Yankees. So Dodgers, Yankees. I like the Phillies in an upset spot today. I don't know how risky you want to get with this, but let's just add the favorites in that I like today. So we have Dodgers, Yankees, Twins. Okay. Dodgers, Yankees, Twins, Astros. There's 4. I'd add Angels in there with Syndergaard. That's 5. Brewers, Padres, I would stay away from. I think that's too picky. I would add Mariners in there against the A's. A's don't really score. That's 6. And then you're going to have to put 1 dog in there. So I can leave that up to you, Matt. You could take the Cubs. I have the Cubs winning straight up today. Not really a dog, but that's +2,000 odds right there. So like $10 wins 205 on that. 7 favorites, no chance. I know 7 favorites, no chance, but no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say 7 favorites, no chance. But I'm going to go with the pitching matchups I see. I think it's better than mixing dogs and thing. I mean, if you want to do a 7-leg parlay, I'm not gonna give you the Tigers, the Orioles, the Nationals, the freaking Guardians, the Rangers. I'm not gonna do that. It's tough. Yeah, 7 legs tough. Like, Matthew, is it only on 7 leg? Like, if you're gonna do a profit boost, I think maybe try to do something a little smaller that's gonna hit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's up to you. It's tough to the 7-leg parlay, guys. It's very tough. Let's see comments that we missed. I have the Mets today. I do. Doesn't have to be that safe. Okay. Well, if it doesn't have to be that safe, then that's fine. I'll give you. So, I mean, but that's who I like. Like, that's, I mean, for upsets today, I mean, Matthew, like, so my favorites that I like, I'd like the Cubs. The Cubs are actually underdogs today. There's 1 under. I like the Dodgers, the Yankees as favorites. I like the Twins as a favorite today. I like the Astros as a favorite. I like the Angels. That's a toss-up, but I do like Syndergaard. Dunning, I don't have that much respect for. I think the A's could win today, but I do like the Mariners more. For upsets, I like the Mets. I like the Padres. Mets, Padres. So there's 2 upsets. I like the Red Sox. I really do. I mean, I think they can win today. That's 3. I think the Cardinals could win today. I'm staying away from it. There's 4. The Phillies, +156. There's 5. So I have 5 upsets today. I think the Rays win, and then the Rockies. So I have 6 upsets on the card today. So it's really what you want. I have 6 upsets. I have 7 favorites winning today. Avs went Red Sox. What was 3-team parlay? 3-team parlay. We went Red Sox +1.5. We went Yankees money line. Then we went Twins money line. Or no, Astros money line. You could do either though. They're both pretty similar. Can you do money lines? I did money lines. Yep, I did money lines. So here's my picks for every baseball game. I am not playing all these, but here's my picks. If you need a money line pick for every baseball game, all right, I'll go off this. Now, this isn't my record. I'm just giving you who I think is going to win. Am I playing all these? No. If you're looking for parlay pieces, go ahead. I have the Rockies in game 1. I'm going down the list here. Rockies, Cubs, there's an underdog. Rays, Dodgers, Yankees, Phillies, Twins, Cardinals, Red Sox, Astros, Angels, Padres, Mariners, Diamondbacks, and then Mets. So I have like 7 favorites and 6 dogs today on a pick 'em. So if I was going to parlay, and if you wanted to parlay that, $1 would win 6,000. So that's what we're going with today. And that's what I like to do. Like, I'll parlay the whole baseball slate. Not that it hits ever, but I can spend $162 over the course of baseball season doing a $1 parlay on that and have the chance to win 6,000 on if I hit it one day of the season, right? So, World Series, I don't do MLS. No, I don't do MLS. We can do MLS, when things end, but I don't do MLS right now. World Series wise, I think that the Dodgers, you got to pick the Dodgers out of the NL or the Mets, and then the American League, you probably got to go. Just needs to hit once. You're laughing 100%. Yeah, that's why you do it. And then in the American League, I think you got to say the Yankees right now at least. But again, I think the Yankees do tend to choke a little bit. But Yankees, Astros, those are the 2 teams I'm pretty confident could do something this year. Just put $10 to win $49K. Love that. Hey, if it hits, great. If it doesn't, keep trying. Mike Trout over Tatis for best player in the world. Yeah, I can't trust Tatis because he can't stay healthy. Like, we think how much longer Tatis has on his deal. Like, he's got a lot of time left on his deal, and he's still young. So I can't really commit to Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't know if he'll even make it that long. He might be a designated hitter solely in a few years. Loving the show, waving from across the pond, buddy. Appreciate it, Tom Boylan. Okay, let's get to these YouTube comments. Let's see, we got some here. Reds, Cubs over 8.5 tonight from Warren here. I do like that. I think that looks good. Gold Boys Discord tennis is fire. Crazy Sharps in there, 200 this morning already. I'm only betting $25. Bills Mafia forever. So if you want tennis, go to the Gold Boys Discord. According to Bills Mafia forever, who does watch you're all in here all the time. So if you like that, go to their Discord channel. Yankees, Astros, and Mets for me today. There you go. It's not rocket science. Come on now. Hockey plays, I had Rangers money line and then Oilers money line today. That's what we went with there. Really good show today, guys. Interaction was high all day on YouTube, on TikTok. We're growing, guys. We're growing rapidly. Miami or Tampa? That's a toss-up for me. I did pick Tampa to win that game. But I'm a big McClanahan guy. I know Lopez is pretty damn good too, but I'm a big McClanahan guy. So I think the under 6.5 is interesting there. But I'd go with McClanahan and rely on the Rays at home. So any other questions, guys? Throw them in the chat. Kind of trap. Yeah, it's a trap game. It's one I would stay away from, honestly. I wouldn't really play it, but if you want to pick for it, I would say the Tampa Bay Rays at home, McClanahan. Red Sox, Yanks, Mets, and a parlay. Is that good? Yeah. And again, the Red Sox were facing, probably one of the best pitchers in baseball today, but they're hitting the ball very well. They're hitting the ball very well. I think the Yankees win, they'll bounce back. And I think the Mets have a very good shot winning again as underdogs. So I think that's a good parlay for you right there. And it's going to pay out a lot of money because you're getting one big underdog on there, plus 144 and then plus 106. Air Rocks, appreciate Dan Tanner, full house all day. There we go. You do baseball again. Yep. You want every baseball pick? My baseball picks? I have 3 baseball picks today. I have Cubs money line, I have Mets money line, and then I have Blue Jays team total under 4 runs today. That's what I'm playing. That's what I have put money on. I gave you just a lit. I'll probably parlay that for $1 today. Why not? Every pick on my baseball thing, but I have Blue Jays team total, Mets money line, Cubs money line. The pick I'm the 2 confident. The picks I'm most confident. I like the Rangers money line tonight, and then I like Mets money line. So I'd go Rangers, Mets. I think both have a really good chance of hitting there. Now, if you want something like really, really confident, okay, you want everything. You want something really confident, you could stick Yankees and freaking Dodgers in a parlay. I don't know what you're looking for there, but for me, on my picks, it's going to be Mets money line tonight, and then Rangers money line. Rangers hockey. Okay, one more time. We'll roll through these here. Dodgers, Yankees, Twins, Astros, Angels, Mariners, Cubs, Mets, Padres, Red Sox, Cardinals, Phillies, Rays, Rockies, Diamondbacks. And if you need that again, go over to YouTube and you can check it out. Tried that parlay yesterday, didn't work. Yeah, the Yankees, it's going to work more times than not, with the Yankees, but some days they're going to lose. That's baseball. If you need that again, you can go watch the replay on YouTube. Just go to the end of the show and you can see all of my picks there. So that does it, guys. Any other questions, drop in the chat. If not, we will sign off here. But again, appreciate everyone for watching the show, guys. We're growing very quickly. It's been a lot of fun here. So every day, 7 days a week, we'll be back tomorrow. Thoughts on the Mavs? I think they get swept tonight. I got to go Warriors minus 104. If the Mavs show up, great. If they don't, whatever. I'm going to win my bet. But I'm going to bet on what I've seen. And I've seen Blue Jays team total under. Yes, Katie, I have under 4 for the Blue Jays. Just straight, their team total is at 4. Cease over strikeouts again. Yeah, I mean, I think you got to go with the cease over strikeouts with the Red Sox. But again, that they have 4 guys hit now, and then they have some role players chipping in. What about the under? Under of what? Oh, and the Matt. Yeah, I'd go under in that game. I'd go under in that. Great show day, 13.4 thousand likes. Yeah, really good show. I think that's a new record for us. No problem, Katie. Appreciate you watching. But yeah, great show, guys. 13.4 thousand likes on TikTok, so it was fun to see. But anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching on TikTok, subscribe, please. We post like daily videos, all that. Yeah, we got merch, guys, all that good stuff. We have Discord. Join the Discord, #1 place. We're going to have probably another 200 people jump in Discord today because I've got to post these winning tickets. So that's exciting. And we will have a great, great day of winning bets. Hopefully we can go 6-0 again. If we can't, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, hopefully we go 6-0 again. If not, we'll keep trying, guys. That's how it works. It's sports betting. Jeff Morton coming in here. Dude, you're amazing and patient. Repeating yourself would drive me crazy. Oh, let's go. Love that. Hey, you got to, man. You got to. If people are watching the show, they deserve what pick they deserve the picks. I heard all this stuff was rocket science. No, it's not rocket science. Never been rocket science. Come on now. Dodgers, Yankees, Twins, Astros, Angels, Mariners, Mets, Padres, Red Sox, Cardinals, Phillies, Red Sox, Rockies, D-backs. There you go. Hit it. Let's see what we can do, guys. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Check out our merch. Check out our Discord. Check out our YouTube. We have a lot of fun stuff coming soon. We'll be doing blogging soon and all that. We're going to the freaking moon here. 3-team parlay. And bet the day. We were out at the Celtics game last night, have a lot of content from there. I believe we'll be at the Mavs game tonight. Obviously, I'm not going to that, but I think we'll be doing content from the Mavs tonight. So check that out on TikTok as well. We have Mavs content from game 3 on TikTok. So all that stuff, guys, make sure you go check it out. Katie, that's why he's the best. I love it, Katie. I appreciate that comment there. Jeff Morton coming in saying I'm patient, repeating myself, and Katie comes in. That's why he's the best. I love that. Love that. So, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for another show. And then look out for some content throughout the day on TikTok. So hope everyone has a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.